So, final game of round number 6, live on Fox League. Clint Gutherson gets us underway, and the Tigers with first use, not quite to script. They held it back from passing to the 200 game man, and Clemmer will get his run on the next play. Coruscant, and here he goes. Clemmer just tipping it along. You know the woes of the Tigers, you know the pressure they are under. And with a bye next week, and a couple of more hard matches, well, every match is hard. Clemmer with an offload. Some risk involved there. And Brooks was able to do a pretty handy scoop up. Keep it going along. And the Tigers in their first set, 25 metres away from their own line. Staines, second started fullback for the Tigers. And now Utoi Kamanu, the centre field. And this time Clemmer onto his back, Campbell Gillard there. Now Junior Barlow again today under suspension with Parramatta, so we lose one of the big boys up front. Gutherson on the catch there, straight away links up with Sevo. Lovely autumn day in Sydney. A little bit of breeze, temperature fine, dry track. Could be plenty of points if the teams click today.
Yeah, just heard Tim Sheens in the pre-game interview with our panel, and he said we'll be looking to move the ball. And just watching David Clemmer after he hit the ball up and offloaded, he caught his team unaware. Like, oh, well, that's a shot there from Dewey out of the line on Sean Lane. They should not be unaware. If their game plan is to move the ball, there shouldn't be a time where their players are caught unaware that someone's going to offload the ball, Vossi. It wasn't a great sign from a team that has a game plan of movement.
Moses with his first kick of the day. Staines across to it safely with the ball. And the Tigers, different looking three-quarter line. Asu Kapoa gets his first start on the wing for the season. He's been playing up in the back row and other spots. Staines with the ball, 30 metres out from his own line. Not too many games at fullback in his time at Penrith, just 3 matches in fact. So this is the 5th of the career with number 1 on his back. Coruscant, and then Clemmer tipping it along, and Campbell Gillard, 8 on 8, makes a little statement there. Tigers inside their 40. Coruscant pointing out Madison, didn't get him offside. And now the kick will come from Dewey, and he's back at 5'8". It's a little bit of musical chairs with the Tigers from 1 through 7. Sevo with the ball. Let's go down to the sideline for the first time today. In fact, he's loaded up with Easter show bags. Matty Russell.
Good afternoon, Andrew. I want to know what's in the Vossi show bag, but seriously, the conditions are glorious here at Sydney Olympic Park. As Mitch Moses asked some questions. Back to you, Andrew, or they drop it and clean it up, the Magpie or the West Tigers. But the conditions are fantastic. The only one that's worth watching is the surface that chopped up badly during the New South Wales Cup game and could be a factor for the players in this NRL contest.
Well, a little half chance, if you will, for Parramatta there. But now creates half chance Tigers.
Could have easily turned it into a full chance there. They weren't looking to move the ball. All of a sudden they realised that the Tigers were short down this side of the field. If the pass sticks, they could have gone a long way towards the try line on that one, Vossi. But now it's opened up a chance for the Tigers. Still a couple of tackles left in this set.
A little show from Coruscant. Got to push in the back for his troubles. Won't worry about that. This is a chance here for the West Tigers early. Dewey to the line. Brooks, nice hands. Wasn't quite perfect, the pass to Toa, who's playing out at right wing, and Dylan Brown's defence in the corner was top-notch.
Yeah, that's a great legs tackle there from Dylan Brown. The pass just not finding Stafford Toa on the run. He had to stop, catch the ball, and that allowed the cover defence to get there. Just looking at the replay, there it is. Just had to stop and catch the ball. On the run, that might have been a different thing. He might have been able to get past Dylan Brown and Micah Sevo and take on Clint Gutherson, who was moving across the try line.
So Stafford playing alongside of Brent Naden on that right side for the Tigers, and Kapoa in the centres wearing number 2 alongside Tupou on the Tigers' left. So now Parramatta ready to extend across to Penasini. And Brooks a pretty good legs tackle there. Last play, Parramatta. Gutherson, Moses kicks from the short side. And no one will be playing at that one. I don't know whether you call that, it's a little in between. It's neither attacking, it's a little bit defensive, 20-metre gain. Early in the match, does anyone need a break? Probably not.
Yeah, well, he must have thought that his team did coming off their own line. And the ball movement from Parramatta out of their own end, they didn't open them up then, but they made good metres. I'm sure they'll continue to do that if the Tigers offer them space on the outside.
If there was a stat for threatening, Parramatta would be leading that at the moment. They've been threatening a couple of times. And with Fanua there, again middle forward for the Tigers. Coruscant and Staines, little show. Don't know whether there's been too many chances in the 5 rounds where Staines has had any opportunity to show the speed that we know he has. Clemmer, Brooks, and on that left edge, the former Eel, Papali'i, ball has come loose. Not happening as yet for the West Tigers. But there you go, we've got the first knock on against Parramatta.
Just throws the dummy, turns his back into the defence, and there's the touch there from Hayes Dunster. Got himself up in the attacking line there, just couldn't pull the ball in, and the touch means that the Tigers get the ball again.
I think Hayes had a look at that replay and said, did I really knock that forward? Seemed to go over his shoulder. But the Tigers will have, well, this back in the day, of the West Tigers under Tim Sheens, Benji playing scrum 35 metres out centre field. They had plays to put on in abundance. Naden on the run. And around his leg, Sean Russell. Good to see him back in the NRL, wearing 4 today for Parramatta. Coruscant and Brooks. Set restart. Clemmer with the ball for the Tigers. Ruck infringement against Parramatta. It'd certainly bring their fans into the game if they could open the scoring. Dewey to Papali'i, caught there by Moses and Penasini. Wasn't exactly steaming onto the ball. Coruscant, left side, Staines with a little move and an offload. Coruscant now ducked under the tackle of Moses and kept it alive. Hot potato from the Tigers. Dewey with it. This is a little Easter show exhibition from the Tigers in attack on that play. Now Coruscant had a look, takes it right. Brooks knocked down by Russell. Knock on Parramatta.
Well, they came up quick on the outside there, and they had to. The Parramatta Eels, Micah Sevo, along with Sean Russell. Here's the Tigers play, some offloads. Appy Coruscant ducks under 3 or 4 Tigers there, gets Gutherson a couple of times. They shift the ball right. Dewey takes the line on, realises that they haven't got the numbers. Plenty of defence there from Parramatta. They then continue down that short side, and if Luke Brooks realises that Stafford Toa is open out wide, and it was Sean Lane and Micah Sevo up quick just to shut it down.
So from the scrum, again, the Tigers. Kapoa, can they make the most of this field position early? Coruscant, Clemmer, and the inside run, Ballet got away from Hodgson. So 3 in the tackle at the finish. Coruscant might have a little sneaky go here. Here he is to centre field for Brooks. Then Staines, Dewey. They're getting it flat-footed. Bateman still hasn't seen much sun since he arrived here, has he? 9 minutes away from the line. Coruscant. Campbell Gillard has him with Sean Lane. And a penalty goes the way of the Tigers.
And it was Campbell Gillard who was never square, never onside. Happy Coruscant ran straight at him. The 6th set restart was signalled by the referee. In the end, he blew a penalty.
Well, I hope they don't go for goal.
I don't think they are.
I'm hoping it's tap and run. Coruscant on the restart. Brooks, Molle. Better that time from Hodgson. It was almost a disastrous miss close to the line. Coruscant in front of the post. Brooks. But again, the runner has to check his run. Utoi Kamanu, he gets close. But it's not explosive running onto the ball. Coruscant. Back with Brooks. Dewey. Kapoa. Good read from the outside for Parramatta Dunster. And got his arms wrapped around the ball. 10 minutes into the contest. Tigers with Brooks. And Clemmer picked out a man to run at. Dunster found him in from the wing. 4 tackles up. Still with the Tigers. Coruscant and Brooks. Wider for Dewey. This time looks a little slicker. Staines onto Naden. Throws it up and over. Oh, there was that headed.
Well, their defence really wasn't questioned. They had the numbers. Everything that the Tigers threw at them, they had an answer for it, the Eels. And we've seen some great goal line defence right across the weekend from sides where they have defended 2-3 sets on their line. Parramatta have just done that. Brent Naden almost got himself to the try line, and if he hung on to the ball, he might have been able to slam it down.
Well, he really was the first player that was running at full pelt at the line that we saw in the set. And what a difference it made. Big body out wide. Parramatta now. Gutherson, Moses, Penasini. Trying to stand up, Kapoa. Carted him along for 10 metres. Into the Tigers' half they go. Moses and Gutherson. And Gillard loses his footing. So with Hodgson and Moses, this time for Cartwright. Quick play the ball. Hodgson, Moses, quite the dab. Back in field, that's superb. That is absolutely superb from Moses and Brown and Gutherson. We talk about the spine in modern day rugby league. Well, all 4, the 9, the 7, the 6, the 1 have figured there.
Yeah, Mitch Moses loves going down a short side. This time just angled the kick back across the ruck. You can see Dylan Brown starting from the open there. He knew it was on. The bounce was great. The offload was even better. As Staines tried to stop Brown, he couldn't stop him getting the ball away, and Gutherson in support as always. Just splits those 2 Tigers players. Charlie Staines can only make a play at Brown, not at the ball. And that's heartbreaking for the Tigers. Just spent 3 sets down the other end of the field. Couldn't come up with points on their first go. The Eels get it right.
Well, that is great though, isn't it? Like, executed perfectly. 9 to 7 to 6 to 1.
Well, we just spoke about Mitch Moses as he ran onto the field and the kicking game that he possesses. Vossi, Adam Reynolds tortured the Tigers in round 5 through his kicking game. Moses has the potential and certainly is off to a great start doing the same thing. Short and long kicking can win your games if they put it on the spot like that. If your halfback gets it right like Mitch Moses just did, what an asset.
First kick of the day sometimes dictates his entire match. That is from the football mind of Mitchell Moses. He's on a little streak as well coming into today, albeit not too many from the sideline, but he has kicked now 9 straight.
Perfectly positioned, that kick. Just put it right in behind the ruck. Those players coming back from marker didn't have an answer for it, couldn't get to it quick enough. Even Bolle, who was only a couple of yards from the kick, popped up just before Charlie Staines could make a play at it. It doesn't get any better.
No, it gets better the more you watch it. Like the short side run, kick back in field from narrow channel, and perfect bounce and support pushing through. Parramatta 6, Tigers 0. Winnemoo Greg. It's a big day for him up in the front row. What minutes he gets. Certainly, well, he steps into the same shoe size as Junior Barlow, not the same scrapbook or reputation, but he's a big lad.
And I think he's been good too. He's been good. The 4 games that he's played, Vossi. Started the last couple.
Just how many minutes they can get from him. Campbell Gillard becomes the leader. Coruscant, lovely low tackle there. And now for Moses, shaping to kick early. They're going to run it again. This right side is on fire. Moses, he's got Dunster in support, the dummy. Staines with a try saver. Moses was in 2 or 3 minds. Now, big overlap, left side, Gutherson knows it. Pass doesn't find the mark, touched by the Tigers. Russell fangs it back in field for Brown. Gutherson lets Dylan know the tackle count had restarted.
A massive challenge here defensively for the Tigers.
The blue and gold fans, they're getting ready to wave their flags, you feel. Hodgson trapped well at marker. Good tackle, Clemmer slows it right down. Moses Clears the ruck for Brown. He's able to offload for Campbell Gillard. Clemmer, Utoikamanu with a tackle. Parramatta, Hodgson, big line set to the right. Moses kick again. Oh, he's dishing up the bounce. He's the Easter Bunny. Mitchell Moses is delivering the chocolate eggs for Parramatta on an Easter Monday. 2 absolute pinpoint kicks.
Yeah, set restart made it very difficult for the Tigers. Here's how they got themselves in a position, deciding to run the ball on the last play. And it was a great ball from Penasini, back on the inside to Moses, waiting for Hayes Dunster. I think he was slow. Didn't make it there in time. Otherwise, it would have been a try 4 tackles earlier. And then Moses again with a brilliant short kick in behind the defensive line. Gets the bounce, and Penasini, it'll look great head on how he takes this ball. Brooks gets a touch to it, awkward bounce. Penasini under pressure with Junior Tupou coming in to try and shut it down. Great take from Penasini, and another fantastic kick from Mitch Moses.
And there you have it, Parramatta's second try. Now, can I make an amateur observation? When I was preparing for this match, I looked at Asu Kapoa, and 5 rounds in, he started off interchange. Next week played right edge. Next week played left edge. Next week played right centre. Then played left centre. And today's left centre. Like, his head must be spinning how he does his defensive role. And today he comes out again, left side, right side, left side, right side. And that's where they're going. And he's getting hammered. Any reaction, Brady?
Wait for the kick.
Moses with it. And there you go. The streak continues. 2 from 2.
While it sounds confusing, it's not that confusing. It's not that hard. Left and right. Like, you know, these blokes have been playing footy for a long time. It does seem like it might confuse players, but I'd hope it wouldn't. And here's Moses' kicks. Fantastic. The first one, Dylan Brown picking up and offloading to Gutherson. And then the second one gets it through the line again. Penasini's done a great job there as Tigers' defence arrives. He's strong enough to take the ball and get across for their second try. 12-0 already.
As the kickoff goes high from West Tigers, Brandy, it's taken by Gutherson. Here comes the return. But what about this start from Mitch Moses? It shouldn't surprise anybody. His strike weight, his winning record against his former club is his best against any team in the comp. 82% of the time, Mitch Moses plays the Tigers. He wins. Last time they played, late last year, 9 tackle busts, a try assist. Mitch Moses loves delivering against the Tigers, and he's on track to do it again today.
Oh, that's rubbing it in early, Matty. Producing that stat, Parramatta with the ball, and Brown this time left. Lane has dropped it, so some relief for the West Tigers there.
Well, first game back after breaking his jaw in the pre-season challenge. Short ball, Naden on top of him as he received it from Dylan Brown.
Brett Arthur goes to the notebook. Mind you, if they get their left side going the way they've got their right side going, the Tigers are in for quite an afternoon. Match last year that went to the 1-pointer, the Jackson Hastings field goal, which was in regulation time, wasn't golden point. But Tigers led it 14-10 at half-time. They already find themselves down by 12 here. Good harassment there from Cartwright on Brooks. Coruscant, Bolle. Tigers fans sit and hope. Coruscant. This time a little show to Clemmer and across to Brooks. And in motion is Dewey. Trying to stand up. Russell, he's done well. Adam Dewey ploughing towards the corner. He got a lot closer than you thought when he first touched the ball there. Brooks. And across to Bateman. They're a little flat-footed after getting the chance down the right side. 18 minutes gone and 12 on the board for Parramatta. Clemmer again in front of the posts on tackle 5 after the Dewey bust. Not a lot has happened since. There is Brooks. Dewey again, long ball, hard and high. And Starford Tor is going nowhere.
Well, they had the numbers, the Eels. They had more than what the Tigers had down that side, and just throwing the long ball really didn't do anything to move the Parramatta defence. It was nice play from Coruscant and Dewey to get them into a position. And Dewey almost got himself to the try line, but didn't do much after it. And here it is, Appy Coruscant out of dummy half. Very skillful, holding up the defence, just creating extra numbers, and then Dewey gets a one-on-one with Russell and gets around him. They've got to continue to do that, put players in a position where they are one-on-one with Parramatta defenders.
Hopgood is on for Parramatta. And Widemu Greg is the first player replaced. Now Campbell Gillard on the edge with Lane. Good runner, and we know he can offload as well. Moses kicks from outside the 40. This will sail down to Tupou. I see good things from Junior Tupou. I'd be persevering with him on the wing for the Tigers. Staines now on the run. Monday footy exclusive to Fox League. NRL 360 to follow the contest tonight. There's a bit to talk about after the weekend. And now Bolle with it. And Hopgood up there with Hodgson. Hopgood's Supercoach points lately have copped a bit of a battering. He was the champion of the Battlers for the first month of the competition. Clemmer over halfway, last tackle Tigers. Not exactly an adventurous set. Brooks with a floating bomb all the way down to the corner for Dunster. So it was a nice feel for Parramatta both sides to have Dunster back in the NRL, Sean Russell back in the NRL. They've had checkered paths with injury over the last 12 months or so. Penasini offload. Gutherson, Brown, Sevo. Parramatta moving the Tigers defence around. Bateman makes the tackle on Russell. Now Campbell Gillard. Cryer forward from the Tigers. Parramatta with the ball just inside the Tigers' half. This time, Madison, no, on the fingertips of Cartwright. Play on for the Tigers. Gapol comes up with it. Does well to beat 2 or 3. They just need a little bit to go their way. Set restart. Tigers. Ball with Fanua Bolle. Then back to Dewey. Just lost their shape a little there.
And if their shape was what it should have been, they had a chance. A couple of offloads there, almost got them on the outside of the Parramatta defence, but the outside players weren't ready for it. They weren't in position to receive the ball.
So now Coruscant showing the ball. Brooks, and out in front of Naden. That's a great tackle from Brown. No surprise, he's a terrific defender. Tigers look a little bit better. Staines there to Bateman. Bateman does a little bit of moving around. Oh, Kapoa. That's your unforced error there. Brandy's head's gone down. Felt the pain.
Well, just went John Bateman, and that is when Bateman's at his most dangerous. Just jumping across the field in defenders. You're right about Dylan Brown. He's a copybook tackler when he goes low. Bateman dances across the Parramatta line and throws one out to Kapoa. It went straight to him, and I don't even think he had his eyes on the football then.
Yeah. Sean Blaw now out there for the Tigers. There's a little bit of cross clubs here. Former Tigers, former Eels on show. Campbell Gillard to play it on the 30. And Lane and the Tigers give away a penalty inside the 40. All right, they've got some hanging on to do now, the Tigers.
Well, he did signal a set restart, but it was inside the 40, so he realised that he should have been penalising. And now this will put Parra down on the attack again. Tigers have still had more tackles inside the 20 than what Parramatta have, so it's not that the Eels have spent that much time down this end of the field, but they've just come up with the right result as an offload from Hopgood. Geez, good at that, Hopgood.
He is late offload as well. You'd have to think at the very least there'll be a attacking Parramatta kick at the end of this set. Moses in fine form so far. Madison not able to pass there. 21 metres away from the line. Hodgson and Brown. Gutherson, not good. There's a chance for the Tigers. Better than a chance. Stafford tore away. The Tigers will get one against the run of play. Stafford is the star man, running some 75 metres to score. The Tigers find their first points of the day.
Doesn't matter how you find them, Andrew, and the Tigers pounce on a Parramatta mistake to get their first try, and that's all they might need to kickstart some sort of performance from them. The pass, Russell hit the ground, slipped over. The pass was never going to find him, though. Someone was running the wrong line there as Mitch Moses threw the ball. And the ball bounced beautifully up for Stafford Toa, who had enough speed to get past Mike Acevo. And Mike realised he wasn't going to be able to match him. Went for it early, went for the ankle tap. Still short of that.
I'll get the Fox Sports Lab to check, but would his last try be in that infamous Cowboys game last year? He thought he had the match winner. And then we had the shenanigans from the restart and all the rest. But there he is. Tigers find a try and should be 12-6 in just a moment. Actually gave him pretty good service last year. Played a bit of fullback as well. 58 tackle busts.
He's very strong
for the season.
Stafford Toa, very strong player.
Over to Dewey with a shot. Needless to say, every 4 has to become 6 for the Tigers. There's enough of their fans here today. If they can keep them engaged in the contest, it could be something special. So 12-6, 14 and a half to go first half.
Yeah, I was a little worried about the Tigers with the Eels getting a penalty and starting a set inside Tiger territory, but the Eels, and yet what will get the Eels in trouble is their error rate, which is now 5. So, and they all seem to have come in the last 15 minutes. Really haven't controlled the ball. A couple of push passes. That one, everyone missed their assignment. The pass from Mitch Moses found fresh air. So that left side had it completely wrong. And the bounce favoured Stafford Toa. Benji Marshall up in the box.
Fox Sports Lab all over it. And in fact, Toa's second try since the Cowboys game. He scored the next week against the Broncos last year. So here's Tupou. Big, long runner. Looks like there's a lot of moving parts. We saw him pre-season challenge on Fox League, and he lit it up at Belmore when they played the Raiders. It was very good that day. Coruscant on for Bloor. And there again, classic grassing tackle from Dylan Brown.
Well, you'd like to see those two wingers, who are very powerful runners, Stafford Toa and Junior Tupou, take on a role that some clubs get out of their back 3.
Oh, well, penalty.
I thought it was an error in the play the ball. Off the back of points, but it's not. It's gone the Tigers' way. Junior Tupou and Stafford Toa, they should have 15 runs each this afternoon.
Yeah.
That's the sort of target they should be set, because they're both powerful and will get the go forward happening.
So Tigers from the restart. Dewey just dropping that one off for Naden. So they've got themselves on the board. Now can they build on it? Coruscant and Brooks. Clippers had a lot of touches in the first half. In fact, 8 runs of the footy. Left side, Papali'i.
Well, that's a better run. That's a good run from Isaiah Papali'i.
Coruscant and Brooks. Bateman wasn't sure whether to pass, and Hopgood throws him down in the tackle. 4 up for the Tigers here. Coruscant to Dewey, right up to the line. Brings Bloor, he was looking to get one out the back. Brown finished him off. Last tackle, Tigers. Have they got a Moses-like kick? Brooks with a bomb, looking for Kapoa. Great leap and catch by Dunster. Beautiful take. I mean, he wouldn't be the tallest winger, but he made him He made sure he was the highest player coming through there.
Well, they just gave up points to the Eels, then they gave up a penalty, and they gave the Tigers some field position. There's the catch from Hayes Dunster. Positioned his body beautifully to take out the Tigers, make sure that he had a play at the ball.
Just got a feeling with Dunster, now that he's back in first grade, might take a while to get rid of him. Might be there to stay. Makatoa on the field, and with that run, season cruel by injury last year. Hayes Dunster. Well, what about that? Moses got it all happening. Well, that's going to bounce on 10 metres. He got it back. He had the backspin on. And here is your big fella, Tupou.
That's a run, isn't it? Junior Tupou off his own try line out to the 40-metre mark.
Crowd lift for the Tigers. Staines over halfway. Everywhere scattered around the core. There's Tigers fans sitting next to Eels fans. There'll be some good banter going. Bateman 40 away from the line. Now Coruscant and Molle. Perhaps dying with the ball a little too much. Their middle forward here. Coruscant caught at marker. Set restart. Here come the Tigers.
Clever play. Happy Coruscant realised Madison was offside or not square at marker, ran straight at him, forced him to make the tackle.
They are inside the Parramatta 20. They chase back-to-back tries, played by Offahengawe. Brooks, Dewey, runners in motion, Staines with it. And there's that man, low down again, Dylan Brown. Classical tackle. Brooks, Bateman offload, Coruscant, dummy and duck. Hopgood, Makatoa, the tackler's there. Brooks with it for the Tigers. He'll have a little crack himself. Gap is closed by Madison, who sits on Brooks more or less with Makatoa. No set restart Tigers way. Awful ball for Dewey. Did a great job of it. Gutherson there and forces it. There was a poor pass to Dewey, but didn't he do well from his getting a ball around his ankle?
Very skillful there from Adam Dewey, able to control the poor pass down on his boots and then just chip it into the in goal. Couldn't crack the Eels, but they get another set through the skill of Adam Dewey.
Parramatta getting ready to send young Brendan Hands out there in his third NRL game. The short dropout. Tigers, it's a lottery. The ball may be knocked forward by Parramatta. It's ended up with the Tigers. Sean Blaw, but knock on against Parramatta. They want to challenge it. Sean Russell's adamant they should challenge this.
Well, a lot of pointing from Clint Gutherson.
Russell was absolutely adamant.
Sean Lane definitely got his right hand to it.
So he wasn't wrong, young Russell. He hadn't touched it. But Gutherson had spotted it. Sevo the same. That would have been a burnt challenge, wouldn't it? Lane clearly knocking the ball forward.
Big chance here, Tigers.
Again, love to see something from the scrum. Dewey. And it's just one out. Cartwright. Moses. 12-6 to Parramatta. They posted too early. But this is a good period of the game for the Tigers now. Coruscant, Brooks, Dewey, dead end.
Eels covering that quite easily, just shuffling across the field. Not creating much on the inside.
Plenty of tackles inside the Parramatta 20. Another set restart conceded by the Eels. No warnings as yet from referee Cummins. Bateman to play it. Coruscant off the deck. Brooks, Staines. Tupou got a hard ball, did well. Kept it alive. Parramatta back with it. Well, you're asking a lot of Tupou there. He didn't have a lot of room to move or anywhere to go.
Well, he did miraculously well just to get the ball back into play because he caught it on the sideline. The long passes that the Tigers are throwing in these situations, they're not doing anything to move the defence around. Well, it's a miracle. He got rid of it.
Yes. The catch, then the pass, without going over the sideline. Hopgood in the meantime for Parramatta. A change of dummy half has now happened. Hands is on. Brown across field. Oh, Russell out in front. Cummins says play on. That could be controversial. Russell with a chip over the top. Wants a bounce. Tigers are back there. A leaping Tupou with the ball. Now it's his turn to run. Goose step. Throws it to no one. Tigers, their season summed up in one play. Parramatta have the ball back. Gutherson. It is the big dip up next door for the Tigers at times. They can go downhill very fast, can't they? It was all exciting getting to the top there. Now Brown, Gutherson, caught by Naden, offload, hands, show the ball, run. He's already got an NRL try. 11 metres away from the line. Moses, again, the kick. Why not? The kick is perfect. Moses is putting together a handbook on the range of attacking kicks, how to do them and how to set up tries. He's got 3 now.
I think we just have to think about what happened then. They had Sean Russell. They had the Eels in a bit of trouble there. Play 5. Sean Russell has the ball going backwards. Somehow opens up the Tigers' defence, gets a kick away. Now the Tigers come up with the ball through Junior Tupou, who then runs 30 metres upfield. He's made some great runs this afternoon. He was trying to pass that. My God, what was he doing?
He's had a flashback to Benji 05 grand final.
And then 3 plays later, Mitch Moses gets it into the in-goal. Cartwright does a great job to get his hands on the ball as it's on the ground. Moses splits 2 Tigers players, Brooks and Bateman. Cartwright handles the end of it with great composure. Gets his hands on it as the ball is on the ground.
The flick pass.
Well, the Tigers had 2 chances there. Bad pass, Russell can't take it. Play 5, he's going backwards. Tigers still not moving forward to make the play. He gets in behind the defensive line. And then I don't know what Junior Tupou was thinking.
20 years of age. It's hard to put the old head on young shoulders, of course. It was a great run. The flick pass, though, hard to believe, hard to fathom. Moses for 3 from 3. Led by 12 early. It will be 12 again right now with 5 minutes to go, first half just under.
Yeah, well, three try assists from Mitch Moses and all grubber kicks and all perfectly positioned. The players didn't have to do much work. There's Junior Tupou thinking that he can get the ball to Adam Dewey, and he just could not do it. That offered the Eels another opportunity. Moses taking the ball to the line, bringing the Tigers' defence up and just slotting it in between players, and Cartwright does a fantastic job to ground the footy.
Brandy, Mitch Moses, 3 try assists, as you mentioned. His NRL career high is 4, which he's done twice. Once as a Tiger in 2014 against the Dogs, once as an Eel, 2018 against the Sea Eagles.
Bryce Cartwright from no tries last year. He's got a couple of 4-pointers already this season now. And getting a lot of minutes, Bryce Cartwright, in the back row for Parramatta. Now hands. Madison. The next 4 and a bit minutes, so important for the Tigers to stay at no worse than 12 down. Brown on the run. Alex Twal is out there. You know what you're thinking about, Alex. Could be the day. Easter known for its miracles, you never know. Lane takes it into the Tigers' half. And he has to play it again. A little bit of process followed there. Back for Moses. So a kick at Tupou's way. We don't know what we're going to get next from young Tupou. Who throws a flick pass like the actual style of pass he was trying to throw? It wasn't the conventional flick pass. It was like, I have to get rid of the ball. I cannot die with the ball. But he's still provided some highlights for them in this first half.
He has.
Dewey pushes along. Russell has had some decent moments in this first half. Now off a Hengawe. Finger tackles up, the Tigers. Bateman, Brooks, they're deep. Papali'i, Moses put his body in front there with Cartwright. Now offload from Papali'i, a rush kick from Dewey. He's got angle on it, and he achieves a result of sorts.
Well, he did well under pressure there, Adam Dewey. Happy Coruscant jumped up out of dummy half and was trying to find one of his kickers. Gets it to Dewey, very rushed after Moses puts some pressure on. And just gives everyone a break.
So 2.5 minutes remaining. Sevo, will the Eels have a red-hot crack at the Tigers, even though they're deep inside their own half? Probably worth a roll of the dice. Here's Lane with the ball. Good tackle there from Blore. And, oh, that's not going to help. Bit of ill discipline close to half-time. Parramatta. Piggyback penalty against the Tigers. Got to correct that area.
Yeah, spoke about that. Spoke about that, the Tigers just offering cheap meters. 2 minutes left on the clock, Vossi. The Tigers desperate not to let in another try before the break.
So Parramatta 40 metres away from the line. Hopgood.
That's a good tackle.
Taken off his feet in the tackle of Offahengawe and Twal. Parramatta, again the Tigers defence good. Coruscant that time on Dylan Brown. Hands, Parramatta work the right edge. Madison, 3 good tackles in a row from the Tigers, but have to get through to the end of the set here. Dylan Brown sets it. Moses, again good contact there on Lane. Dewey, there with Naden. Last tackle, Parramatta. Moses, his kicks have been golden in the first half. This time the ball is loose. Brooks nabs it.
Well, there was 3 Parramatta players then streaming through and looked like they got themselves in a position. Dylan Brown, Charlie Staines there. Brown attacking the ball and could have easily come up with it.
Wouldn't have been something. Another try from Moses' kick in the first half. Offahengawe on the run. So final 30 seconds of the first half. It's provided a reasonable highlights reel. And Parramatta in the box seat with a 12-point margin, just conceding that 1 try against the runner play. Bateman. Nice offload there. Inside their own half. What about a little chip over the top to finish the half? Dewey, Brooks, tap on. Tupou. Oh, they call it forward. Well, quite the opposite to any sort of amazing play. We'll end with a stoppage. Parramatta will go to the break with a 3 tries to 1 advantage. Twice in the match, they've opened up a 12-point lead. That man Moses has been in grand kicking form. Half-time here, Parramatta 18 in their Easter Monday battle, leading the Tigers 6. So, ready for the second half. What can the Tigers come up with? Dewey on the restart, down to Gutherson. Parramatta get going with Makatoa. Straight after the game today, we launch into the Monday edition of NRL 360, covering so many issues out of another intriguing round of the NRL. Been a hat-trick round. Lara Pitt part of the team on this Monday night as Hopgood makes the run for the Eels. No doubt we'll be talking hip drop tackles and judiciary charges and all the rest. Gutherson with the ball back towards halfway. We now have no unbeaten teams through 6 rounds. Back to Moses. So steady start to the second half from Parramatta. And Staines with it for the West Tigers. And their first use of the football outside their 20 in the second half. This time with Tupou. As you know, had his moments in the first half. Dewey. Shoveled along more or less to Bloor, who was going nowhere in the face of Sivo. Back for Toa. And Sivo makes a double in the set there. Now Coruscant, Dewey, Bateman. It's an observation of the Tigers when they make a little half break. They're not quick to go the other way. Nothing's done at speed. Off Hengawi on that run. Into the Parramatta half he goes. Coruscant, De Brooks working the left edge. Papali'i with a kick. Low down, beautifully done. Gutherson, cool as you like.
Yeah, picked it up and then beat the two chasers. Beat them with ease and made some good meters. Hayes Dunster backs that up. It was Papali'i putting the kick on. Brooks throwing it out to the back rower. He had to drop it onto his foot.
So Parramatta with the ball inside their own half. Madison just pushing that one along to Lane, or rather to Makatoa. Down this left side where Lane lurks. Now he's with it. So back from the broken jaw today. Gutherson, Brown, a bomb. Tigers, Staines is attacking it. Charlie, well done. Really had eyes for the football and executed the catch. Nicely done. As the Tigers spread, we'll go down to the sideline. Matt Russell, hang on a second. Kapoa, strong run now to Matty Russell.
Yeah, Tim Sheens just wanted more patience from his men, simplify the sets, especially early in the tackle counts to avoid some errors. Brad Arthur was happy with his side's defensive resolve and scramble, but not so much the physicality. He thought his team could be a bit more muscled up defensively, not slipping off so many tackles.
It's been an even start to the second half. Twal and Bateman and Dewey. Now they're running. Staines. Look to sprint past Russell, who did the job. Dewey down the short side. Last tackle. Kick over the top. Got it back. Dewey. Flick pass. Play on the call. Tigers with it. Bloor steadies the kick. Still the last tackle. Bateman, does he know it? One-handed pass like he was throwing a grenade. Then Coruscant to Bloor. Then to Naden. Dewey gets a second kick. Hits the legs and goes over the sideline. Well, it was exciting.
Well, he just ran out of room. Otherwise, it wasn't that bad from the West Tigers. Dewey down that touchline the first time, almost created a chance. Second time, not that good.
What is it, Dave?
Dewey's outside of the field of play, so I don't think they have to wait for him, do they? When he's actually outside the field of play. No, play will continue.
Yeah, I don't know what we were waiting for. It wasn't for Adam Dewey, who gets himself back in the defensive line now.
Parramatta with possession.
Well, the run from Staines got the Tigers a quick play. The ball, Dewey off down that short side, off the back of that. Bit of hard running, bit of straight running, and although Staines didn't open them up, he got a quick play the ball, and the Tigers need more of that, but they need to be quicker. As you said, they make half breaks or half chances, and they're not onto it. And it took Dewey. Dewey only just got to dummy half on that occasion. It was all a little bit slow motion stuff from the West Tigers.
Cartwright plays it from the 40-metre line. Oh, Moses, what a kick that is. Where'd that come from? Parramatta end up with it. Lane kept it alive. Brown in support. Collin in the tackle. Just a couple of metres away from the line.
No, he went to pass it. Hold there, hold there. No. One.
Come and says go again. Parramatta. Then Hands has had it knocked out of his hands and got it back. So the dummy half ends up with the ball. Pass to himself in one way or another. Parramatta with Brown. You know the steps coming. It's stopping it once he executes. 9 from the line. Hands, Madison, a settler there for Makatoa. Now there's a big line set to the right-hand side for Parramatta. That's where they're going. Brown went short. Moses now switches back to the left. They're throwing a bit at the Tigers here. Brown to Moses. Moses goes long. Sivo for the corner. He owns the corner. Moses put it on his chest. Another try assist. But the work of Micah Sevo, we've seen it many times before.
Yeah, Micah Sevo is one of the few wingers that you can throw the ball to, even if he's got someone in front of him, and you know he's still a chance of scoring a try. It was a half a charge down there from Kapoa. Sean Lane was able to come up with the ball. That gave them another set. Dylan Brown got close to the try line. They went right and then came back left after Mitch Moses swung from the right to the left, throws the long ball out. He's marked up. Stafford Toa just can't do anything about it. You got to be a strong man to drive Micah Sevo into touch, and he just got in front of Stafford Toa, which made it very difficult for the Tigers winger to make the tackle. Great play from Parramatta and a terrific ball. Didn't have to stop. Great long ball from Mitch Moses. Sevo on the run, very tough.
Yeah, he didn't even think fend. He just uses his body. He says, "You try and rock me. You try and get me over the sideline." No fend at all, and he uses his body weight and strength to get to the corner.
So a little bit of luck with the Mitch Moses charge down. Parramatta coming up with the ball, but they were good enough to make the most of it. The extra possession, they were able to make it count and grab another try.
Hardest kick of the day for Moses. Right foot, it is into the upright. So that streak comes to an end, 22-6.
So repeating our earlier stat, a career high equaling 4th try assist for that man on screen. Is there one more in him today to take him to uncharted territory? Look at this ball from Mitch Moses to find his winger to cross in the corner. Does this sort of scoreline surprise anyone, though? Parramatta, all 5 games decided this season by 8 points or less. Yes, just the 1 win in that sequence, but the 4 losses have been close to decent teams off a bye. So maybe Parramatta is doing today what many expect.
Yeah, just on that replay, you pick up a lot of things that the Fox League cameras capture. The eyes of the Tigers ball boy. He was a little bit perplexed about it all. It's like he was looking to the heavens. Not another one. The little fellas on the sideline for the Tigers. There's 3 of them. Parramatta with the ball over their 20-metre line. Penasini. What would it be? $20 and a can of drink for being a ball boy these days, Brandy? Maybe a little more. Madison.
Not sure what the rate would be.
Have they got a CBA perhaps? Have the ball boys worked out a CBA?
Well,
it's actually the Clemmer clan.
The Clemmer clan. Might go on the salary cap, Vossi. You don't know them.
The Clemmer clan running the sideline. Is that asking for trouble? Long kick. Tigers have all their back 3, 5 metres out from their own line. The Tupou show continues. Back he comes, running as hard as he possibly can. He's had over 100 metres today with 10 carries of the footy. You watch and you wait with the Tigers at 2023. They flicked a switch against the Bulldogs there a few weeks ago. It was almost like an aberration. The 5 or 6 minutes of just red-hot attack.
Yeah, they have not threatened on the edges. The ball movement from the Tigers hasn't worried the defensive line of the Eels at all. They're just shuffling across, just moving along with the ball. That's better from Bateman. Almost gets himself in behind the attack. That's where they've got to go.
Coruscant, last tackle. Brooks goes long, Moses style. Kapoa with it. Tupou gets his chance. Down the corner, no flick this time. One-hander back to Kapoa. The Tigers score an outstanding try. Life in the West Tigers, for sure and certain, based on that.
Terrific play from the West Tigers there. John Bateman with a quick play. The ball, they go to the edges. Api Coruscant finds Brooks. Terrific ball there. Got Kapoa on the outside of Will Penasini, and then, well, Junior Tupou's already tried a flick pass that didn't work. This one does, but great movement there from Kapoa. Watch the flick from Tupou. Got it right that time.
Yeah. Vastly different outcome to the one in the first half. It's certainly not out of the textbook, is it? Watch this pass. Tupou to Kapoa. Parramatta's right side does come under scrutiny, Brandy. Tigers would be mad not to go back there.
but they've just got to make sure that they do it at the right time, Vossi. So far, the ball movement of the Tigers has not troubled them until then. But it was a great ball from Luke Brooks. Kapoa moved to the outside of Penasini as the ball was coming to him, made it very difficult for the Parramatta centre to make the tackle. He kicked out of that, put Tupou down the sideline, then supported back and got the flick pass from Junior Tupou to get the Tigers back into the game.
Big Easter Monday turnout. So many of the crowd in the club colours. It'd be nice if we do get close. We'll be buzzing here. Dewey with the shot. Big strike, but left. So the margin is 2 converted tries, 10.5 into the second half.
Good to have a crowd of nearly 30,000 here, Andrew, and plenty of West Tigers fans waving their flags. They still believe it might have been a winless start to the season, but they're within 12 points of the Eels and not giving up by any stretch of the imagination. You know, Origin, it's always close and should be again this year. It is looming large in the Rugby League windscreen, and you can get your tickets now. NRL.com/tickets, NRL.com/tickets. Get your Origin seat now.
Of course, with the win of Canberra on Saturday night, you witnessed that drama on Fox League. Parramatta and the Tigers are the bottom 2 teams going into today. 12 back from the kickoff. The Tigers have the bye coming up next week, so maybe get 2 added to the tally. Lee hasn't necessarily been a factor against his former club here. Tigers following on from points. Need to get to their kick, almost losing the ball. That was Staines in stoop mode there. 9 metres inside their own half. Bateman trying to lead the team forward. Lost the ball there for a moment. Bateman might get away with that. It looked like he lost control of it. Dewey with a kick from halfway. It's Sivo's way. Micah now gets onto it and meets Brett Naden head on. Rattled the teeth a little. Now Russell with it for Parramatta. 22-10. Next points most important to this contest. Lane to the 30. Hands on for Campbell Gillard. Pushed Bateman back there. Twal had him. Hands gets them rolling forward again with Gutherson. Gutho reasonably quiet down attack. Now Moses. Opportunity to run. Grubber kick knocked over. Play on the call. He's appealing. The arms are out as wide as they can go. He looked at referee. He looked at both sideline officials. Nothing coming Moses' way.
Well, hard to tell whether they changed their line, the West Tigers, and they did. Alex Twal just ran straight into him. Very lucky to get away with that, the Tigers. Mitch Moses kicking the ball and taking another couple of steps, and Twal coming across his line made sure he didn't have a chance to get to the footy.
Staines with the ball, so they needed. Is that the little stroke of luck they need, the Tigers? It would have been Parramatta penalty. Potentially kicking to go 14 in front, to be honest. But the Tigers, in the meantime, now have the ball in Parramatta's half. Coruscant back to Dewey on the last. It's a Matt Burton-style bomb. Won't be easy. Good catch. Dunster with the ball for Parramatta.
Yeah, his first time in first grade for a long time, Vossi. I remember when he got that knee injury at Combank Stadium last year. That's a terrific take from Hayes Dunster. First real test for him. Going backwards, trying to follow the floating ball.
As for Dunster on the wing, his first NRL game, in fact, since the 2021 semi-final against the Panthers in Mackay. Back in the COVID days. You lose track of time.
That is a long time.
Because it was the pre-season challenge where he suffered the injury. Moses goes long. Staines with it. And showing some speed, bringing it back. But the Parramatta chase is all there and the Tigers have the ball. 14 minutes into the second half. Tupou with it. He's headed for a 200-metre plus game. Tupou on the wing. Dewey almost to halfway. I'd say they got their tails completely up here, the Tigers, but there's a little more authority about what they're doing here. A bit more purpose. Brooks. And down that left side, Kapoa couldn't find Tupou. Moses and Penasini, the tackle. Last play. Dewey. Another bomb. Brooks is the chaser. He's the only one. Gutherson with the ball. Taken back into the in goal for a line dropout.
That's a very good set from the West Tigers. Got themselves in a position to put up an attacking kick. Adam Dewey got the ball on the mark, right on the try line. Gutherson had to take it from the field of play. And then Brooks just enough to drag him back into the in-goal area. They'll get it back now, the Tigers.
Closely run thing where that contact while Gutherson was in the air. He goes, the short dropout, a lot of height. The Tigers bat it back. It's there for Parramatta. The Eels get the ball back from the short dropout. And the Tigers had the first challenge on it, and that's deflating for the West fans.
Well, Brent Naden got up in the air and batted the ball backwards. Stafford Toa just watched it happen, watched the play unfold. It bounced and allowed the Parramatta player to make a play at it.
Dylan Brown's a nice stepping to halfway. That is so disappointing. Tigers had something happening. Now look at them defend inside their own half. Can't run away, Penasini. Tupou did well not to let that tackle get into the dangerous kind there. He adjusted. Moses kick. Staines, trap, up on the fingertips. Tigers with it. It's gone up a notch, the game. At 22-10 with 24 to go. Monday on Fox League. Best thing about Monday football is only 2 days off and then we're back into it again.
Oh.
Tigers under pressure.
6 to go.
Tackle count restarts.
Oh, they got lucky there. Sean Bloor trying to offload the ball out to Brent Naden quickly.
So on that run, back over the 10. Second half completion rate, Parramatta 8 from 8. But still the margin 12 as it was at the break. They've each scored a try. Bateman running freely. But Brown makes yet another tackle. He's had 20 for the afternoon, Dylan Brown. A lot of them are one-on-one as well. Tigers on their 40. Dewey will kick. He's got it away. He's got the length on the kick. He needed a right turn. It goes left. And Gutherson will come up with it. It was a sweet strike from Dewey.
Yeah, it was a great kick there from Adam Dewey. You could see with the speed and urgency that Gutherson was making and tracking towards the ball that he realised he was in a bit of trouble there. Didn't get the bounce though, Adam Dewey.
Tigers yet to use Jake Simpkin. Parramatta yet to use Jack Murchie. The Eels with the ball outside their 30. Certainly no complacency about the Parramatta performance. They are treating their opponents with respect here. They haven't gone to any off the cuffs at a razzle-dazzle. Moses kicks from inside his own half. Went to ground in the challenge from Bateman. Another run for Staines. No spaces there for the Forbes Ferrari. 20 away from their own line. The Tigers with Kapoa on this run.
Well, he hasn't got himself into the clear yet, Charlie Staines, but he is attacking the Parramatta defence. His speed just might... He might be able to find a way through if he keeps it up.
Yeah, fair to say his game at fullback today better than the previous one against the Bulldogs. Brooks with the ball for the Tigers. Hodgson getting ready to come back into the game. Bateman there. And Dewey. Here is Staines again. Naden up in the face with Sevo. That's a strong challenge.
Gee, that's a big stop, isn't it? Stafford Toa unmarked on the outside.
Dewey's bomb across field. Penasini is there and loses the ball. So the Tigers, the door opens just a little for them.
Yeah, an opportunity here for the West Tigers. Vossi, they'll come centre field. 25 out, full set. Well, Penasini not just able to handle it. There's the tackle from Micah Sevo. And Nathan's no easy target. Penasini jumps. Junior Tupou sits back and waits, and Penasini makes the error.
So they bring it to centre field. The Tigers. John Bateman says that ball is no good, sir. What have the Clemmer kids done with that ball? Put something in it? Would have put it past them. Dad Dave might have to go down and have a word there. That's an unusual one. The whole game is held up. Dave Clemmer runs back on. And one ball has been rejected. Tigers are 20 metres away from the Parramatta line. Coruscant. Utoi Kamanu will hit it up. The time is now for the Tigers with a quarter of the game to go. Coruscant drifting. Bateman has tried his heart out today. 4 metres from the line. Hands made the tackle. Hodgson waiting to come back on. Coruscant to the right. Clemmer and Staines, and then for Bloor, floats it over the top. That was a most unusual pass, which has now been called forward.
Very disappointing for the West Tigers there. Micah Sevo went off his wing to put the shot on Sean Bloor, but the lofted pass just was never going to work. And even if it wasn't forward,
yes,
Toa just has to catch the ball. He's going nowhere. All the defence slides across.
That's there's nothing conventional about that ball. That was not a happy moment for the Tigers. Just can't get it going. Penasini give him a chance, and they're not able to convert. No repeat set, no points. Penasini on the run back. So into the last 20 we go, and Hodgson back into the game for Parramatta. Madison with it. Again, Parramatta sticking to the plan. Cartwright with the ball. Second half possession has seen Parramatta still only with 44% of the ball. As Hopgood goes on the run. Overall, it's been a day where the Tigers have had more ball, but haven't done enough with it. Brown kicks high. Door underneath it. Lane was in front of him. Kept alive, Dewey. Naden now. Tigers 25 metres away from their own line, and they're sending Fanua Bolle back out there. Bloor has come from the field. Dewey. Staines. His carries and run meters impressive. Coruscant. This time with Clemmer. And over the 40 he goes. Coruscant for Brooks. A running Brooks is what we like to see. 15 metres made, tackled by Penasini. Coruscant off a quick play the ball. The Tigers get a bit of momentum. And last tackle it is, 25 metres from the Parramatta line. Tupou, Dewey. The kick is headed towards the fence. It's battered down by Kapoa. It ends up in the hands of Gutherson. Again, disappointment for Tigers fans at the end of a set.
Yeah, look, not a great kick from Dewey, but under some pressure, and they were jammed over towards that left-hand touch line. Luke Brooks looked dangerous with his run. Otherwise, not a fantastic set from the Tigers.
Not sure I've seen Benji smile once this year. Parramatta with the ball. Russell back to the 40-metre line. Hodgson. And then Lane. He's finding his way back in the comeback match. Now Hodgson, Campbell, Gillard. Eels up by 12. There's Gutherson. It was 3-on-2, but Kapoa did well to shut down Moses. Hodgson with Gutherson. This will test out Staines. He's running at it. Staines takes control again.
It's been very good. A couple of times where he's had to travel to catch the ball. And it's not easy when the ball is 10 metres and you've got to travel forward 10 metres to make the catch. Charlie Staines, very good.
Well, he's
busy running.
He's now the most running metres of anyone on the field. Tiger all eel. Charlie Staines at fullback for the Tigers. Coruscant. to Clemmer. 16 minutes to go. 22 plays 10. Coruscant, they continue to chip away. Brooks and Staines. Floats the cutout ball. Tupou's got it. Tupou again. Big, strong, fast. Takes on Gutherson and Penasini. He's a good one for the Tigers. Junior Tupou. Brooks. Dewey. Line set. Bateman with it. Here come the Tigers. Bateman passed and they get over in the corner. Naden in pain, but not so the Tigers fans. At last, make a break left side, spread back to the right.
Yeah, Charlie Staines involved, but a one-on-one miss there from Hayes Dunster on Junior Tupou, who, apart from that flick pass coming out of his own end, has been great for the Tigers. Terrific ball from Luke Brooks out to Adam Dewey. And watch Bateman, just takes the metres. Not fancy, just takes the metres, runs as close to the try line as he can get, drags Brent Naden with him, and just a short ball on the line. Smart play from Bateman. If he passes the ball too early, the cover defence get there, takes 3 out and gives Naden a put down. That's all he had to do, put the ball down.
Yeah, great summation highlighting the work there of Bateman. He pulled in the defenders. Naden's got an issue with the shoulder, but 8 points the difference. Over to you, Adam Dewey. I hope he's got the right ball to have the shot with.
Well, you've got to give a lot of credit to Charlie Staines through that set. Took the ball, and it's never easy coming forward to a ball, to a high kick when the chase is arriving at the same time. Charlie Staines has been up to that this afternoon and pulled off a couple of big takes for his team. Got involved in another couple of plays during that set through the long ball to Junior Tupou. So he's had an impact on this game. Charlie Staines, the new fullback for the West Tigers.
I don't suppose at any stage in the build-up we mentioned the 1 point game last year, did we? Just the field goal won by Hastings for the Tigers. Not there yet. 22-14. Dewey needs to bang this one over. Dewey, with all the Tigers fans blowing it over the black dot. That is a terrific kick. Live from the West Tigers. The crowd's into the game. 22 plays 16.
That's disappointing to see Brent Naden coming from the field. Great ball there from Luke Brooks. And here's Bateman's work. Gets Sean Lane interested. Has to make the tackle, and then the short pass to Brent Naden. Dewey converts. Here we go.
What a fantastic kick, Randy. I was right behind it, never going to miss. We'll follow the injury to Brent Naden as soon as we get a report. You mentioned it, Andrew. This time last year, a year ago exactly today, it was 20 all, and then Jackson Hastings delivered for the Tigers. Well, they're not there yet, but one more try locks us up at 22 all, so long as it's converted by the Tigers.
22 plays 16. The Easter Monday battle comes alive here on Fox League. Tigers and Eels. Bloor back on for the Tigers with that run. Tough goal, isn't it, Naden? Just in the process of scoring, lands on the point of the shoulder. Now finds himself off the field. Molly. Over the 40 for the Tigers. Coruscant, where he likes to run. Dragged in there by Clemmer. Coruscant. Stretching it left. Papali'i fend on Moses. Last play into the Parramatta half. Coruscant, unchanged minutes. I don't see how Simpkin gets on here. With the Tigers in with a chance. Dunster with the ball for Parramatta. If they can get their last tackle plays right on, it could be a different situation for the Tigers. How hard is it for Parramatta to win games of football this year? Brown for Sevo running at Bateman. Strong from the Englishman there. Gutherson. Up to halfway he goes. 12 and a half minutes to go. Hodgson. High ball. That could have been disastrous.
Yeah, well taken there from Makatoa. Even Campbell Gillard, sure it touched his hands.
Moses goes low, kicking for the sideline and will find it. So they've worked their way upfield. Look, obviously there's another try, at least you would think, in Parramatta, but will there be? The way they are playing the game, it's not like they've
been very conservative.
Yeah, they're not on fire. They're not red hot. A long way from it.
They're happy just to play out the set and wait for Moses to get a kick in. They seem quite content not to move the ball. West Tigers through Dewey.
So things have got a little tense here at Accor Stadium, and I'm sure you Eels and Tigers watching at home on Fox League feeling that. Clemmer on the run. 200th game with his kids as ball boys on the sideline. Can he have a moment? Bolle gets up over the 40. He's got a little bit of footwork. The 13 for the Tigers. Coruscant, left edge. You heard the impact of the tackle on Papali'i. 5 tackles up, Tigers. Can they get a pinpoint kick? Dewey was taken down by Cartwright, and then it's knocked forward. Offside. Accidental offside, Parramatta. They've had some issues out on that right side.
Well, you got to say there was a little bit of luck involved in that one. The Adam Dewey kick, it came off Hayes Dunster's foot, up off his hand, into Well Penasini. So the Tigers get the ball back. Not off a planned kick. It worked out well for them. They do get the result, and that's all they need. They get the ball back.
So this is it. Is this the time they produce the scrum play, inspired by Marshall and Farah? The Tigers, Coruscant, 15 away from the line. 10.5 to go, trailing by 6. Staines for Clemmer. The Tigers fans now have reason to get excited. Coruscant, Bolle, run around, Coruscant, Brooks out the back, Dewey with it, held in the tackle of Moses. Finished off by Cartwright.
A good defence from Parramatta, just slid, waited to see where the ball was going to end up.
Tigers playing John Bateman at it right centre with Naden off the field. They're screaming for it out on the right. They want a spread of the ball. Trap at dummy half by Coruscant. Play on the call. Blow with it for the Tigers. Eels fans unhappy with the call of Cummins. Last tackle, Tigers. Coruscant. Brooks. Dewey. Left foot step. Back to Brooks. Contemplates kick. Gets the kick in. Sivo's back there for Parramatta. Tigers do well. They get a result.
Well, they get a result in the end. Nothing happening over on that left side. Here's the work from Appi Coruscant. No panic. The ball came back at him so quickly. Took his hands away, played it off his foot. Then Luke Brooks, nicely judged kick right across the face of the field there. Stafford Toa takes Sivo. They'll go short again. They've got results from it.
They have to get the ball, the Tigers. 9 minutes to go, and Dewey comes up with the ball, and then he's either cramped up or something a little more serious has happened to the knee. Oh dear, fingers crossed here for Adam Dewey. It's certainly more than cramp.
I think it is, Andrew, yes. Did he land awkwardly after jumping? Sometimes just the weight, or was it? It's hard to tell exactly what has happened there, but the knee can buckle in those situations, and it's happened to Adam Dewey before.
He's had 2 knee reconstructions in the career, so he would know the feeling. 2019, it happened. It was against the Eels, actually, at South Sydney.
Sometimes that's all it can take, just landing awkwardly. The pressure being on a certain part of your leg. It doesn't look like there has to be much in it for it to be serious. Let's hope it's not. Dewey having the knee tested now.
Round 23 in 2021 was the other time that Adam did his knee. It was against Cronulla. And, ooh, yeah, you feel the pain, don't you? He's done well to hang on to the ball. Down he goes. So very much fingers crossed here for Adam. And Gutho comes up with a pat on the back. Matt Russell will follow that one, and if we don't get a report before full time, obviously we will have the news in NRL 360, which follows straight after this game. He already lost Naden, and he looks a little defeated there, doesn't he, Adam Dewey?
Yep.
Matt Russell sideline.
Yeah, we'll chase Adam Dewey information as soon as we can when it comes to Brent Naden. He's not returning to the game. They fear a broken collarbone for Brent Naden.
Wow, gee, that's not good either. Dewey.
Simpkin gets on to the game late for the Tigers.
Full set here, Andrew, for the West Tigers.
22 plays 16, 8.5 to go. Coruscant, show, wide, Brooks, then Staines, kept it going. Tupou, I'm not sure about the put down. The athleticism's there, the gymnastics is there. He's claiming the try. Cummins has awarded it. The Tigers dare to dream.
And it was Appy Coruscant out of dummy half. The double show of the ball on the outside. And it was Charlie Staines at speed. No problem there. He gets it down. But it was Staines' speed on the outside that put Hayes Dunster in two minds. He's backpedaling, but not backpedaling quick enough to get to Junior Tupou, and the Tigers get to within two. Kick the come from the sideline, Andrew.
With your kicker, just take it off the field. Adam Dewey.
Appy Coruscant will have to...
Appy Coruscant steps up to take the shot for the West Tigers. Tupou's had a day out, bar one mistake.
Tupou's been one of their best.
Staines is cementing a place at fullback.
Staines has been outstanding in the second half. The amount of work that he's been able to get through, the big plays that he's come up within this second half has put the Tigers back in the game.
Appy Coruscant last had a shot almost 6 years ago. Round 18.
Was he playing for Manly?
2017. He has 6 goals in his career. 6 from 14 at 43%. This is a moment. Will Appy be happy if he can bang this one over? Told you, Easter is known for its miracles. And here's a bloke who hasn't had a kick in 6 years.
Hang on, he's going to have to
having
move
the shot.
Come on, ball boys, move the pads.
Oh, this is dramatic. Tigers picking themselves up. Twice they've trailed by 12. Here we go. Did you think you'd be watching an Appy Coruscant shot from the sideline for 22 all? Good luck, Appy. Big moment. As close to the sideline as you can get. With all the Tigers fans on his shoulders. It's well wide. 22 plays 20, just under 7 to go.
Yeah, it's been a while since Appy Coruscant's had a shot at goal, but brilliant play from him, and this play has worked for the Tigers. Coruscant out of dummy half, bringing a couple of players back on the inside, the dummy, and then creating some space for his edge players, and Tupou does a marvellous job to get the ball into the corner.
Doesn't the Dewey injury hurt, because he just landed one from the right touchline, goes off the field, and then obviously doesn't get the chance to kick the one from the left sideline. 22-20, can you believe it? Just like last year, a thriller on Easter Monday on Fox League. Tupou on that run. Brett Arthur can't believe it, that it just has not gone to plan. Games are so hard to win this season. Just about led in every game this year, Parramatta. Coruscant. They get over the advantage line. Utoi Kamanu, almost a halfway.
Yeah, that's a great charge.
6 and a bit to go. Pride held. Coruscant raging on the ball. Staines is just running the thing from the back. Support there with Brooks. Simpkin. Tigers 22 metres from the line. Bolle to play it. Quick play the ball it was. Coruscant turns them around. Kicks with no chasers. Moses goes back there.
Oh,
won't
play.
get to the field of play.
Terrific set from the West Tigers there. Uto Ikamanu with a big run over halfway. Then off the back of that was Charlie Staines and Happy Coruscant. Staines with the ball on the inside. The dummy, the flick, the round the corner pass. They keep the ball alive, and off the back of this, Happy Coruscant out of dummy half. He's taken control, Happy. Kicks it into the in-goal. Gutherson goes long.
Yeah, they don't go short. Oh! No! Dropped by Staines over the sideline. There's a hole in his Easter show bag. And all the Bernie Beatles have gone everywhere. What a moment. The poor old Tigers. He's been their best.
Well, he just wasn't sure where the sideline was, and he stopped on his coverage of the ball. And the ball was still going away from him. Tried to pull it back in and didn't get a hold of it.
Whew.
Gutherson, big play. They went short. They've gone short all day, and then all of a sudden he surprises Charlie Staines with a deep line dropout.
Parramatta just like that on the attack. 35 metres away from the Tigers' line. Second half, they've had only 5 tackles inside the Tigers' 20. They're about to go there right now. They're looking to break the hearts of the Tigers fans. Again, Madison kept it alive. Gutherson floats it out to Sivo. How cruel it can be. The Tigers from on top. Ben Cummins blows time off. Little check with a sideline official. But for the moment, Parramatta are celebrating.
Yeah, not the first time we've said it today. That's heartbreaking for the West Tigers.
It's okay. He'll check it. Nothing. Okay. But they review everything, mate.
Well, they'll review everything. That's what Ben Cummins is saying to Mitch Moses. But off the back of the Charlie Staines mistake, Clint Gutherson wanted the ball at dummy half. Josh Hodgson pushed his way in there, and Madison comes back to where the ball was played. Gutherson, like Bateman did at the other end, just takes the yards on offer and positions Mike Acevo beautifully. Try confirmed. Madison with the play, the fend, the offload. And then Clint Gutherson. Tigers backpedaling. Look at John Bateman. Backpedaling, and Gutherson times the pass beautifully to Mike Acevo. I'll say it again, heartbreaking for the West Tigers after the Charlie Staines era.
Micah Sevo, 8 tries, past 8 games with the Tigers. And you feel for Charlie. He's been so good today. And over to Moses. The game is still alive with 3.5 to go. But Moses can make it 8 the difference. Tigers fans hoping a former Tiger misses here. He's hung it out of the right. It's coming back. It's coming back.
In.
It's off the post and in. That hurts. They drive a dagger in, Parramatta. Not happy with just producing the knife. Now they drive it in.
Yeah, watch Clint Gutherson here. They've gone short all day off the line dropouts, and this is their 5th one. Charlie Staines stopped on his run. Thought he was closer to the sideline than he was. Couldn't pull the ball in, and then 5 plays later, the Eels score in the corner. Amazing stuff from Parramatta. And Mitch Moses makes it an 8-point ball game with a kick off the upright that falls in.
Second time he's hit the post today. 3 to go. 8 the difference. Parramatta lose the ball from the kickoff. And that becomes penalty for offside. Where there is life, there is hope. And that's what the Tigers are clinging to.
Captain's challenge. Eels challenging the penalty for offside.
Well, they got one that, this is a challenge up their sleeve. They know they're not going to win.
They should be sin-binned for this, because this is a frivolous challenge.
Who do you want binned?
Well, this is quite obviously offside. This is deliberate time wasting. Who says they're not offside here?
The Chasers are behind the kickoff. We're playing on at this point.
They're challenging because they have a challenge up their sleeve, aren't they?
Well, hang on. Let's wait and see what happens
Okay.
here.
It's a contest for the ball. It comes backwards off the Tigers and then comes off a Parramatta leg and goes...
Now, see, I didn't see
forward.
the leg. So it probably was worth a challenge. So they got one that... 2.5 minutes to go, I'd be challenging as well.
Well, I'll put you in the bid as well then, Brett.
The ball is then picked up by Josh Hodgson
You can have
in
10.
an offside position.
You can
The
have
challenge
10,
by
Brett.
Parramatta
I'll
is
call it
unsuccessful.
myself. Me and Matty Russell will do the rest of the game then. You're up for that, aren't you, Matty?
Absolutely. You know what, boys? The Tigers are frantic sideline running a kicking tee out. They want to take the 2 if they get the penalty, bring it back to 6 points the difference.
Right. Tell you what, the takeaway after the try.
I've explained it to you, mate.
Well, Gutho, he can argue a point, Clint.
So he's contending that the Tigers knocked it on. And Brooks has been called up to have the shot now.
Well, when was the last time?
Well,
Luke
he's
Brooks
a little
kicked the
more
goal?
recent, Luke, but not the best of records, it must be said. Brooks' last kick was round 15 last year. He's 67% career. No, after the last try, it was all Benji Marshall on the mic, which I'm sure didn't go unnoticed with Tigers fans. So this for 28-22 with 2 and a bit to go. From a long way out, Brooks the kicker. On its way. Where there's life, there is hope.
Wow. Luke Brooks nails it. 6-point ball game.
Great kick from Luke Brooks because Adam Dewey is not out there. He's still in the rooms being investigated by the doctor, and the club can't dismiss ACL. That's horrible to even moot that as a possibility. Not confirmed, but the club definitely investigating possible ACL for Adam Dewey, sadly.
Well, that's horrible news. 28-22, 50-point game on Easter Monday in front of a big crowd at Accor Stadium. You're watching it live on Fox League. They can turn on a thriller, these two. Gutherson goes long. Tigers, can they go the distance? Clemmer takes the first one. 15 metres away from their own line. Coruscant, Papali'i on that run over the 20-metre line. Still chasing a first win of the season. Itoi Kamanu rips up to the 30-metre line. That's 3 without throwing any more than 1 pass. Coruscant, Brooks, Papali'i, Kapoa hit front on by Dunster. Tigers on the 4th.
There was half a chance there. Junior Tupou unmarked on the outside. Had to be a quick ball from Kapoa.
Now Brooks, NRL 360 to follow straight after full time. Clemmer almost to halfway. It hasn't been the most adventurous set. The Tigers on the last. Brooks sends them on the chase. Tupou's getting through. Maybe knocked it forward. He did. Kapoa ends up with the ball. It was close. It was mighty close. Now the Tigers will challenge because they have a challenge.
Captain's challenge. Have the Tigers challenging knock-on decision.
Right, I think there was more chance of the Parramatta challenge winning than this one.
Okay.
It was a great
Tigers
kick,
kick chase
just
has been
needed a
cleared as
bounce. Junior Tupou gets his hands to the ball.
The ball
What?
is then knocked on into Clint Gutherson. The challenge by the Tigers is unsuccessful.
Well, now you and Junior and Hodgson, you're all in the bid.
Challenge is unsuccessful. Just wait, mate. Unsuccessful.
1 minute to go.
Well, they might get a couple of plays, the Tigers.
They need to come up with a big strip, don't they? They need to rip the ball out one-on-one here. So they're on Campbell Gillard there, and well, there's been a call of held. Oh dear, Stefano, you've just given away a penalty. Everyone on Fox League heard the call of held. They tried to get it right. He was like a starving dog in a butcher shop. He wouldn't let go of the bone there,
Well,
Stefano.
now they do have to come up with a steal, otherwise they won't get another play. Well, he did finally get it.
Yes, he did. But the tackle was completed yesterday.
Yep.
It was a bit late. And Parramatta now taking more time than ever been done in the history of the game for a kick for line. The tap restart will be slow. Penasini, 28-22. Parramatta on the verge of second win for the season. The Tigers left stranded, 4 adrift at the bottom of the ladder after the wins of the Raiders and the Eels this weekend. Gutherson voluntary tackle, gets up, won't lose the ball, and full time it is. The Tigers' woes continue. Parramatta have 2 points in the bag, and an Easter Monday battle has been completed with another tight finish. Full time, Parramatta 28, the West Tigers 22.